And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. We're starting a couple minutes early, I think technically 2 minutes early, because our new start time for the Inland Sports Show, still on Wednesday nights, but now 7:05 p.m. kickoff. So make sure you guys put that in your social calendar. It used to be 6:05 for like the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, I guess. But 7:05 is the new first pitch here on Wednesday nights for the Inland Sports Show. A little bit later in the show, man, can't wait to unveil the predicted league champions. Thank you guys so much. If you sent me a direct message, if you replied to one of our social media posts, if you sent me an email, I got all of the votes for our predicted league champions, compiled it, and we're going to unveil those a little bit later in the show. That's a teaser. We're going to keep you around for a little bit to show you our predicted league champions based on your voting. And I'll admit, for the most part, not totally, but for the most part, I think I agree with what you guys are thinking out there as well. So we'll hash that a little bit later in the show. We're also going to hear from Alexander Mattison, Las Vegas Raiders running back. He was back home on Sunday for a big backpack and free haircut event that he hosted. And now he's got his first preseason game, ironically, on the road against the Minnesota Vikings, his former team. So we're going to check in with Alex as well, talk Raider football and that big charity event he had. But first things first, we're going to talk high school football. We're going to check in a moment with Ryder Smith. He is an All-CIF linebacker, and he's going to run the football hard for Great Oak this upcoming season. And we're going to check in with Valley View head coach Eric Martinez, the Eagles' new head coach, trying to get Valley View perched back on top of, well, I guess they're going to be the Sun Belt League this year in the Rain Cross Conference. So that's where we start off with this show, the Inland Sports Show. Give it a like. Subscribe to the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. A lot more high school football coming your way. And we start with Eric Martinez. Inland Sports. Join us here on the Inland Sports Show. He is making his show debut. It's his maiden voyage. It is head coach Eric Martinez of your Valley View Eagles. And Coach Martinez, welcome to Moreno Valley. I know the Eagles. They have big expectations every year. So as you get your hands dirty with the program, what are some things that you've liked about the Eagles this offseason during the summer as you get ready for the start of the 2024 season?
I just like we have good numbers. Kids are really great. They're really excited about, something new. They've really bought into what, I'm bringing to the program and what my coaches are bringing to the program. And I think it's a lot of excitement going on right now of what we're going to, what our expectations are for this year.
Coach, I'm old enough to remember because it wasn't that long ago. I remember standing on the field at Valley View for a state championship game. They've had some good teams in the past. So what do you think it's going to take for Valley View to be in that conversation of, not only a league championship, a CIF championship, and maybe even beyond? What do you think it's going to take?
I think, obviously one is the kids buying into, somebody new. I know it's always hard when you start off with a program and, you want to bring certain values and certain things to a program that, like you said, haven't been, relevant really, But I think the kids are here. I think we have a good bunch of core players that, I think people are going to be pretty excited to see what we're going to be doing next year. I think it's a lot different than what they've been showing, and I'm really excited to get this going and see where it takes us.
Coach, what would you say are the hallmarks of your kind of football team? I mean, is it a team that's going to be physical? Is it a team that's going to score a lot of points? How would you kind of describe your brand of football?
Well, I always want to score points, right? I think with what I always want to be physical, fly around, make plays, always creating that, extending plays, stuff like that. I think I'm more of a defensive-minded coach. Obviously, I'm a defensive coordinator too. So, I focus a lot on, always having a good defense. Usually we have enough good players where, they score points, stuff like that. But, I always pride ourselves in that, when they play us, they know that they were out there playing against a team that was pretty physical and well coached, and a team that, it's going to come out and hit you in the mouth, hopefully, And I think we're on our way.
Well, Coach, I know you were at Diamond Ranch. You've got ties to Upland. Who are some of your coaching mentors? Like, who kind of influenced you in your coaching style?
Well, obviously, Coach Salter was a big influence on me. I was with him for around 8 to 9 years. He, being under him, just pretty much a lot of the football that I learned came through him and his brother, Tim, that was, he was a long-time coach at Bishop Ahmad, stuff like that. Picking his brain. I mean, I called him yesterday for tips. So it's like it never stops. It's always ongoing. Coach Rice, who was the principal here, was we were together at Colony. We won 2 championships there together. So that was a big, it was a big decision for me when he asked me to come over here. That was, no brainer for us to be back together. It was something that I was really looking forward to.
Yeah. Does that connection make it that transition to a new school easier like that?
Oh, a lot easier, because you always want the administration behind you, obviously, and they are. I think the administration here is really excited about what is coming. I think they see a change in the culture and the way the players are as student athletes. And I think that the buzz that is coming around right now is okay, let's see what Valley View is going to bring to the table this year. And I think people, like I said, I think people are going to be pretty shocked about as far as the different type of football that we're going to be playing this year.
So, Coach, as we do this interview, does it feel like, oh my gosh, the season is here, or my guys are ready? We got the helmets and pads. They want to hit somebody else. We're ready. Let's do this.
I mean, I wish we say we're 100% ready, but you as a coach, you're always saying, man, we need to do this, we need to do that, and I got a pretty good staff where the guys are all dialed in. Yeah, we want to start, but every time we get closer, okay, well, we need this guy or that guy, we need help here, and I think as far as where we're at, I think, like I said, it's a process, most definitely, but I think we'll be ready week 1, or week 0. Yeah.
So, Coach, who do you scrimmage next week, and what are you hoping to see from your Eagles in that?
We scrimmage Diamond Ranch and Nogales.
Of course, right?
Well, it was kind of cool because when I got this job, I was kind of late, so he got hired late, and I know Chris because he was at Northview when I was at Diamond Ranch. He was the OC there, so it was kind of, I knew that their scrimmage was canceled because they got a new coach at Santiago. So I said, hey man, look, that's why I look around when we're right here. You know what I mean? So we kind of got it together and it worked out. And he told me he was going to go to Nogales. I said, look, I'm down to drive down there too. And so it worked out. And I think, get to go see some of the guys. It's always cool.
Yeah. Plus, I'd imagine too, like having that relationship already built in. You want that controlled, kind of safe environment, right? To work on things.
Yeah, because it's a scrimmage. We want everybody to get out healthy, and you know, God forbid nobody gets hurt and stuff like that. And I think, we've been knowing each other for so long. Like, I know Matt V. I don't know him well, but I know of him, and I think we all understand that, hey, it's a scrimmage. Let's get in and out, and let's get ready for the next week where it's for real now.
So, Coach, give me a pleasant surprise. Like, you take over the program, and it's like all gas, no brakes, right? You're probably just like, okay, there's so much we got to do to get ready for this first game of the year. But so you jump into the program. What was a pleasant surprise you've had about maybe your players, administration, the red field, anything?
Well, the red field was cool. I mean, that was different. Because we played them when I was at DR. We played Valley View. And they didn't have a red field, so. When I got here, I was like, oh, this happened. But, I think the surprise that I really was excited about was the players. I mean, we have a good bunch of players. We have size. We have speed. Where, I was kind of didn't understand. I didn't know that, because I didn't know anything about Valley View. So I just pretty much jumped in both feet and went to the weight room one day, and I was like, oh, wow, we got something here. Just by looking at them,
Mm-hmm.
And then after with the summer and all that, I figured out, well, we got some guys that could go. And again, I don't know, I think it's just a matter of us putting them in the right places for them to excel. And, we have that I want to say, what's that word I'm looking for? We have those guys that I think by putting them in the right spots, we're going to be really well. We're going to do really well.
All right, Coach. I'm just pulling up the schedules right now. Who do you have in week 0?
West Valley, I believe.
West Valley have
it.
Yeah. Yeah, and they've had some success too. Like that's. Do you feel like in that first game you'll learn a lot about your own guys?
Yeah. Well, it's weird because like I don't know really too much about everybody out here. I mean, I stopped pretty much at the 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. I know of these schools, obviously, and I think the league got changed on me. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Welcome to the Rain Cross Conference. Yeah, it's always moving around.
Yeah. So it was, the last time I've been out here, it was closest would be Colony. You know what I mean? But I think the schedule that is set for where they have us, I think it's pretty good. I think it's right where we got to be to test us. I think obviously our biggest challenge will be Colony week 3. But the rest, they all played well against them last year. So I think, like I said, for us where we want to be and where we want to go, I think it's a good schedule for us.
Well, Coach Martinez, really appreciate the time. Congrats on the Valley View gig, and we can't wait to see the Eagles out there flying around.
Yeah, man, me either. I want to unleash these guys and see what they do. You know what I'm saying?
That is Eric Martinez, the head football coach for the Valley View Eagles, here on the Inland Sports Show. Join us here, Inland Sports. All right, so that was Coach Martinez. In fact, it was my honor to have him on the show for the very first time, and best of luck to Valley View this upcoming year. Sounds like the Eagles are headed in the right direction. When we come back, we're going to check in with Great Oak star linebacker and fullback / running back Ryder Smith, coming off an All-CIF season, trying to help the Wolfpack win another Big West Lower championship. And a little bit later in the show, I think the segment after Ryder, we're going to have our league championship predictions. So everyone who sent me a reply, a DM, an email, I took the time to go through all of them. Trust me, there was no ballot stuffing. There was no hiding votes. It was all legit, and I calculated it, and I don't think there was any really big surprises. There's a couple things where I might not agree completely. I'll let you guys be the judge. So we're going to roll that out a little bit later in the show. But when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show, we're going to check in with Ryder Smith from the Great Oak football team. That's next here on the Inland Sports Show. We'll be right back. And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels in all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust.
Is it important to have your kid on the A-team? Absolutely not. If you have some serious goals for your young athlete, don't forget to focus on the bigger picture. Instead of trying to get them on the A-team, focus on finding them a good coach. Coaches who attract the best players aren't always great developers, whereas a coach who can instill what your child needs to reach their potential, that's priceless. Boost man.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show. If you'd like to join our team, would you like to help promote the positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire? Hit us up if you're a local business or an organization. We would love to promote you here on the show, and in turn, you are supporting our effort to really shine a positive light here on the great sports here in the Inland Empire, specifically high school. We do some college as well. We'd love to hear from you. inlandsportshow@gmail.com, where you can find us on all sorts of social media, especially Instagram and Twitter. We hang out there quite a bit. All right, now back to high school football. Our league championship predictions will be in the next segment, but I can tell you right now, this guy is hoping to bring another league title to the Great Oak Wolfpack. All-CIF linebacker Ryder Smith helping the Wolfpack win an outright league championship last season. Can they do it again? Ryder Smith says they're going to be pretty darn good this year. Here's Ryder Smith from Great Oak. Inland Sports. And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show as we lead up to the 2024 high school football season. From the Great Oak Wolfpack, Ryder Smith, All-CIF. And man, you did that as a sophomore, Ryder. I mean, now you're going into your junior season. Do you feel like you're almost like a seasoned veteran at this point?
Yeah, first off, thanks for having me. I feel like for sure, right, as starting varsity my freshman year and sophomore year, I feel like I've got a pretty good feel for the speed of the game, and just having that under my belt for sure coming into junior year definitely helps.
What about even like in a leadership role too? Like, you know, like you said, a couple varsity seasons under your belt now. Do you feel like your role might be a little bit different in terms of, you know, acting a certain way, saying the right things, just being a veteran, you know, presence on this team?
I think for sure we this year, this offseason, it was definitely took that up within like helping guys around in the weight room, and especially the role that I have on the team this year, being obviously starting middle linebacker, which captain of the defense, and then the role I'm about to play on offense this year too will definitely help out with that.
All right, I do want to talk about, you know, your linebacking duties because you're a stud on the defensive side of the football. But I'm actually more interested offensively. Are you going to get a ton of carries? Like, what's it going to look like this season for you, Ryder?
Yeah, I'm super excited. This year we got a new offensive coordinator, new kind of offense this year rather than it was really a lot run heavy and kind of like power blocking last year. But this is a lot of like zone RPO, so give me a little more space and more depth from the line of scrimmage, so I can get my eyes up and see.
You know, do you feel like you're I'm making myself old, but like a traditional NFL fullback, right? You know, you're the guy, you know, dotting the I. You're going to lead that running back. But do you feel like, hey, I can be the running back. I don't have to be, you know, just like a fullback, quote unquote. Like you could be the running back. Do you feel like your game, your skill set is good enough to be like a running back in that true sense of the word?
I think so for sure. My favorite guy to watch all the time is Mike Allstott. He's one of my favorite players ever. But I feel like the way I run the ball is like I try to punish defenders. You know, like I want those hard physical runs that kind of resemble like fullback runs. You know, but I think this year I've been working a whole lot on my speed and quickness to get that up. So I feel like I'm big enough to play fullback, but fast enough to be running back as well.
Dude, that's an awesome answer. Mike Allstott, man. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's awesome. So either whether it's between the tackles or bouncing it to the outside, you feel like, hey, either way, man, whatever the defense is giving me, I'll take it.
Yeah, either way, I'm good with that. I'm comfortable.
All right, let's talk some defense as well, Ryder. So obviously All-CIF, middle linebacker. You're going to captain that defense and be an extension of the coach out there on the field. What do you think the Great Oak defense is going to look like this year? Do you think that might be one of the strong points on this year's team?
I think years prior, our defense has definitely been one of our strong suits. And last year, defense helped us keep us in the game a lot of times. And I think our defense last year was top notch. I think we were top in the area for points given up and just the amount of plays we made on defense last year. It's definitely unfortunate. We had my whole D line last year. They were all seniors. They're really good. My probably best D line I've ever had in my whole career. But they're all seniors this year. But I like the dudes that we have this year. We're all very, very fast and physical, and I'll take that oversized any day of the week for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Even at the the college level and the NFL level, you think defensive linemen, it's like, oh, they got to be huge, and it's like, no, they got to be fast. You know what I mean? Like tall and fast, and they can't just be big. That's not good enough anymore, is it?
No, and we have some really lanky dudes coming off the edge, which helps us a lot. All
right, Ryder. So last year, Great Oak won a league championship, right? So what's it going to take for you guys to do it again this year?
Obviously we play in a really good league. It's really competitive. But I feel like as a team last year, we set our goals of what we wanted to do. And obviously the last 2 years we've been first round exits in playoffs. So what we said we wanted to do and what we're trying to do right now is winning league is kind of just like the standard. We've done that 2 years in a row, right? Obviously, we got a target on our back coming in year 3. But I think we want to get there. We're keeping it one game at a time, but we're going to go try to win league again and then go make a run in the playoffs.
Ryder, I've got your guys' non-league schedule up in front of me, dude, and it's, some traditional Southwestern League games right in there, so those are going to be a lot of fun. You've got Rancho Verde, Norte Vista is always tough. So going through non-league play, do you feel like the Great Oak Wolfpack's going to learn a lot about itself and find out, areas that it's strong in, maybe areas they need to clean up before it gets to league play? I mean, 'cause that's a tough non-league schedule with Vista Marietta, Chaparral, Fallbrook as well.
Yeah, I think I love how we have tough competition up front. That's just going to prepare us more for league. And I'm really excited. I like playing better competition like that, and it'll just make us better as a whole team, because obviously none of those games are going to be blowouts, where we're all like having fun. It's going to be tough grinding games, which I think that's going to show us a lot of who we are as an offense and defense.
All right, so before you get to that week 0 on the road at Vista Marietta, which is obviously, Great Oak has amazing fans, so does Vista Marietta, so that place will be loud and packed and rocking and all that. But you guys have a scrimmage next week against some really good teams, right? So you're going to feel like you're going to be, battle-tested, right, before you get to that big game with Vista Marietta?
Yeah. MV, I have a lot of buddies that play over there, and they're all really cool. They're all really cool dudes, and they always have a really good team. I have a ton of respect for all those guys over there. We had a really good game against them last year, but towards the second half of the game, they kind of ran away with it. But I really enjoy playing them because they make me a better player for sure. And I like hitting my buddies too. It's pretty fun.
You'd be chasing around Bear Bachmeyer, right?
Yeah, that guy's legit.
All right, let's end like this, Ryder. So you run the football like Mike Alstott. Who do you play linebacker? Like maybe some guy you look up to, or maybe you have some similarities to. Is there a guy that you kind of compare yourself to?
Obviously as a linebacker, right? You got to look at Ray Lewis. I love the physicality he plays with, and just the presence he brings on the field. But I've had a Luke Kuechly fathead sticker up in my room it's like 8 feet tall. I've had him up there for since I was 7 years old, and that I just love how he plays the game. I pride myself on being a student of the game, and I love breaking down film. I love all that stuff, and the way he plays is just that's how I want to conduct it.
That's a great guy to compare yourself with, right? You know, he had a lot of success at the NFL level, and Ray Lewis too, one of the all-time greats. So Ryder, hey, listen, man, appreciate the interview. Best of luck this upcoming season. I know you guys are trying to hang another league championship banner, but it sounds like you guys got bigger goals than that for this upcoming year, right? For Great Oak.
Absolutely.
Maybe a playoff run in there, something like that. So we'll see.
Oh yeah.
All right, that's Ryder Smith, All-CIF. Join us here on the Inland Sports Show. Thanks again, Ryder.
Thank you, Mr. Fernandez. Have a good night.
Inland Sports. Good stuff, Ryder, man. That was a lot of fun. Appreciate that interview there. So we'll see if Great Oak can win another league championship outright this upcoming season. Cat's out of the bag. If you're watching the show live and amplified here on Wednesday night, I just posted the results of the predicted league champions on social media. So we're going to talk about that when we come back here on the Inland Sports Show. You don't want to miss it. And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust.
Should your child lift weights before hitting their growth spurt? I get this question a lot from parents, and the simple answer is yes. Think of it as a long accumulation phase where athletes get modest gains in strength, power, and coordination. And when their growth spurt does hit, often it's to a larger degree than athletes who didn't lift weights at all. So remember, develop early, specialize late. Your boy, Boostman.
Hey guys, this is Jason at Ken Sporting Goods. We're almost to 1,000 Instagram followers. Tell your friends, like us, come down and see us. Thank you so much for your loyalty.
All right, welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. If you're watching this video live and amplified on Wednesday night, give it a like. It really helps us out. And even better, subscribe to the Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. Really hoping to hit 4,000 subscribers before we kick off week 0. So there is still time. So make sure you spread the word, help us out, and let people know about the Inland Sports Show. All right, here we go with the predicted league champions. So let me preface this. When we do the predicted league champions, I put it on social media, and I want to hear what you guys are saying because we don't see every game, can't be at all the practices, kids are transferring, we don't know what's going on all the time. So we want to hear from you guys. So if you replied to a social media post or you sent us a DM or an email, we counted it all up, and then we spit out the league champions based on what feedback you guys gave us. So without further ado, and I'm going to punch up the graphic because to be honest, some of these leagues I forgot who you guys predicted, and most of them I agree with. So I'm not like saying like, oh, you guys said it, not me. Most of them I agree with. There's a couple we're going to debate real quick. So without further ado, the predicted league champions. So big thanks to you guys because we love keeping the Inland Sports Show interactive. We want to hear from you guys. That's what makes it all fun. Okay, so here are the predicted league champions, and this is just an alphabetical order, so don't get caught up in the order of these leagues. It's just alphabetical, not based on importance or who we think the best teams are or anything like that. All right, so Big West lower, Marietta Mesa. You guys, a lot of Rams fans out there hitting us up. They think Marietta Mesa is going to bring home the Big West lower. Great Oak has won 2 straight, including last year, which was an outright league title. And we just had Ryder Smith on the show. So, until a champion is knocked off or beaten, it's hard to pick against them. With that being said, now we move to the Big West upper, mighty Centennial. Is anyone going to pick against Centennial? I mean, unless you coach or play for one of those other Big West teams, everyone else is pretty much going to pick Centennial. And they look to be really good this year. Hopefully this will be the year that they knock off Mater Dei and or St. John Bosco to win that Division I championship. In fact, it looked like they were going to do it last year, man. Centennial was really good last year and came so close to knocking off Bosco in that semifinal. All right, in the Citrus Belt League, Cajon had won 6 straight CBL titles. Citrus Valley took that from them last year, but based on your voting, Cajon's got a lot back on offense. You guys have the Cowboys back on top of the CBL, so I know their quarterback is back. They've got a ton of skill position guys back, and they're supposedly huge up front. So, Cajon, your predicted CBL champion winner. In the Cottonwood League, Temecula Prep. I kind of knew, but I didn't really know. But we have a big T-Prep following on the Inland Sports Show, and you guys came out in force. So, Cottonwood League, Temecula Prep. Inland Valley, Canyon Springs, your predicted league champion. We'll see if the Cougars can get it done. We'll talk more about the Raincross Conference a little bit further down the line, as you'll see as we jump around here alphabetically by league. The Ironwood League, it still goes through Aquinas. Everyone loves the Falcons. So, yeah, not going to pick against Aquinas. I agree with you guys. Ivy League, again, there's some really good teams in the Ivy League. It's only going to get tougher now with Liberty there from the Mountain Pass League. They're now an Ivy League school, Paloma Valley, Vista del Lago. But the champs are the champs, and these guys are coming off not only a league title in the Ivy League, but, of course, a CIF Southern Section Division 5 championship. Got to go with Orange Vista and Coach Greg Zomal. He does such a great job. Manzanita, we got Desert Christian winning that one. The Mesquite, Linfield Christian over my Mighty Eags from ACA. We got Linfield Christian, predicted league champion. The Mountain Pass, the Jack, right? San Jacinto. We had a great, actually not one, but 2 great battles between San Jacinto and Liberty last year, but now the Bison are in the Ivy League. So San Jack, the front runner to win another Mountain Pass League championship. To the Mountain Valley, San Bernardino, Cardinal City, USA, your predicted champion. And what's interesting, if you have not heard yet, in the Mountain Valley League, there's only 4 schools, and they're going to play each other twice. So each team will get a home game. So San Bernardino, for example, will play A.B. Miller twice. One at Cardinal City and the other one in Fontana at A.B. Miller. So that'd be pretty interesting this year, playing the same school twice, a home and home against your league rivals. To the River Valley League, Norda Vista, Ken Batdorf in season number, I think it's 32. I think it's his 32nd season with the Braves. Predicted to win another league title. And from what I've been hearing, which you guys are telling me, they have the potential to be just as good or maybe even better than last season as they won the River Valley League title. And they went into Division 4 for the CIF Southern Section playoffs. San Andreas League, and I'll say this, San Andreas, Skyline, and Sunkiss, I think are 3 of the most difficult leagues to pick. I think there's going to be a lot of parity. I think it's going to be super competitive. San Andreas League, you guys are going with the Grand Terrace Titans. Xavier Oliver is a stud, one of the fastest guys in the section, a stud running back for the Titans. We'll see if he can lead them to the SAL crown. Skyline League, Arroyo Valley, the Hawks had a breakout season last year. Can they keep it up? TJ Stanford, great dude out there. Wishing them nothing but the best this year. Sunbelt League, Hemet. The Sunbelt League might be the most difficult league to predict because you feel like every team in the Sunbelt, all 6 teams, have a chance to win the league title. But you guys are telling me the Hemet Bulldogs are the team to beat. And finally, in the Sunkiss League, really, I feel like any team could win this. Eisenhower, they're going to be loaded again. Nick Matheny does such a great job at Summit. Kaiser, Coach Cornish, he's going to get the Cats going. You know, you can guarantee that. And CIF champion, state champion, but with a new head coach, the great Tommy Leach at Harupa Hill. So who's going to win that Sunkist League championship? You guys are telling me Eisenhower, but really, I'm not ready to go out on a limb yet because I think all 4 of those schools have a chance to win the league title. So anyways, those are the predicted league champions here on the Inland Sports Show. And thanks to you guys. Love getting the feedback from you. Because again, we don't see all the games. We can't be at the practices. All these sorts of things rolled into one. So thank you guys. A lot of coaches out there hit me up. I think parents are hitting me up. I don't dig into everyone's profiles to see where you're coming from if you've got a kid on the team. I know a lot of the coaches, even the assistant coaches. I know a lot of you guys out there as well. But again, bottom line, thank you for hitting us up. We appreciate it. This doesn't work unless you guys engage us and make it interactive. So thank you guys so much. And next week, we're going to have our preseason Boost Top 25 poll. In fact, we're going to put that out on social media because, again, we want to hear from you guys. How would you rank the top 25 teams in the Inland Sports Show coverage area? That'll be a lot of fun as well. All right, we will be right back here on the Inland Sports Show as we hear from Las Vegas Raiders running back Alexander Mattison, an exclusive interview with our guy from Cardinal City. We'll be right back here on the Inland Sports Show.
Is it important to have your kid on the A-team? Absolutely not. If you have some serious goals for your young athlete, don't forget to focus on the bigger picture. Instead of trying to get them on the A-team, focus on finding them a good coach. Coaches who attract the best players aren't always great developers, whereas a coach who can instill what your child needs to reach their potential, that's priceless. Boost man.
And this segment of the Inland Sports Show is brought to you by Kin Sporting Goods in Norco, #1 in the Inland Empire for team uniforms, sports equipment, and Letterman's jackets. Boost Performance Training in Corona. Athletes of all levels and all sports train at Boost. And also ask about the Bass Private School. Paulson Orthodontics in Redlands. Personalized treatment you deserve from an orthodontist you can trust. Alexander Mattison, the Las Vegas Raiders running back. You know, training camp was a very busy time of the year, obviously, as you get ready for the NFL season, but he still found time to come back home, his hometown of San Bernardino, and go back to his middle school to give out free backpacks and free haircuts so all the kids out there around San Bernardino can feel confident, feel good about themselves, feel fresh on that first day of school.
How cool is it to, that's actually helping out, right? You could just write a check,
yes.
You could do this, you could do that. That's real when the rubber hits the road helping out, dude. I applaud the hell out of it.
Yeah, I mean, this is an important time. He's with a new team. You know, there's a lot on the line. And no, he still comes back. So I just want to give a quick shout out to him. The Raiders will open up the preseason. Ironically, at the Minnesota Vikings, Alex's former team. So there's that too, as he gets ready for his first game in the silver and black. Absolutely. Speaking of local guys, quarterback Jaden Daniels, the Commanders will play the Jets in their preseason opener on Saturday, and head coach Dan Quinn of the Commanders did say that Jaden Daniels, the pride of Cajon High School, the Heisman Trophy winner, will play in this game. So that will be his official, unofficial NFL debut. I know it's only preseason, but we'll see the first time of him out there in that Washington uniform this Saturday.
I actually applaud this. I know it's a lot of money, and there's always a certain amount of risk. However, there's less hitting in practice and less time to knock off some of that rust. I actually think this is a really good idea, dude. Get him in the fire. I actually hear he's doing pretty well, so they're kind of getting a little excited. Especially after our man C.J. Stroud did his thing.
Yes.
They're thinking Jaden Daniels might be similar. I think this is a good move by Dan Quinn.
Yeah, the NFL's had a track record of success where these rookie quarterbacks do not have to sit on the sideline for a couple seasons, that they're just plug and play. And C.J. Stroud is a great example at Rancho Cucamonga to do that. Jaden Daniels, even though they say there's a quarterback competition and whatnot, they drafted him number 2 overall for a reason. He's going to be the franchise quarterback. Inland Sports. And we are back here on the Inland Sports Show. My name is Pep Fernandez. If you're watching this video live and amplified or on demand after the fact, at your leisure, give us a like and also subscribe to our Inland Sports Show YouTube channel. You can also find us heavy on the gram, heavy on Twitter, and still a little bit on Facebook. You can find us there as well. All right, in this segment, we will give a shout-out to our guy, Alexander Mattison. We've done a lot here on the Inland Sports Show with Alex, and for good reason. Man, the guy has done so much to give back to our local community, and he did it again this past weekend. Here he is. He's in training camp right now with a brand-new football team with the Las Vegas Raiders. After spending the first 5 seasons with the Minnesota Vikings, he's now with the Raiders in training camp. And what did he do? He took his only day off and came back to San Bernardino, back to his Arrowview Middle School, where he went to school to provide new backpacks and free haircuts to kids in the Dino so they can feel confident and look fresh on that first day of school, man. Alexander Mattison did it again. So we talk about him giving back to his hometown, his community, and also what's it like with the silver and black this season? Are they going to be good? Let's find out. Here's Alexander Mattison. Inland Sports. We're here with Las Vegas Raiders running back Alexander Mattison, pride of San Bernardino. And Alex, we're back at Arrowview Middle School, where it kind of all started for you. What's the feelings like? What emotions does it feel like coming back inside the campus here?
It's a whirlwind of emotions. Just really like all the memories that I had here coming back, getting to see some of my old teachers and and the capacity that they're in now at the school and the impact that they're still having here is amazing to see. And yeah, I mean, I come back and it's like everything feels so much smaller because when I was here I was smaller. But I mean, yeah, I love it, man. It's amazing to come back and see some of my old teachers and see my old stomping grounds. It's where it all started.
And not just being back, but being able to give back here at Arrowview Middle School. We're going to show some video of kids getting their hair done by barbers. We've got backpacks so they look good and fresh on that first day of school. They can feel confident. What does that mean to you to be able to do something like that in their lives?
Oh man, it means a lot. I was one of those kids where looking forward to the new school year was something that it was hard to do when we didn't know if we were going to have a new backpack. We didn't know if we were going to have new clothes. And my parents, they did a great job of trying to make sure that they did their part and giving us what we could, having the church back to school drives and, getting that first day of school haircut. All of that felt so good going into a new school year. So for me, it feels amazing to be able to be in a position to give these kids that excitement for the upcoming school year, because it's nothing like going into a new school year feeling fresh, got your new backpack, got your new haircut, and ready to learn.
Now, people might be watching this thinking, how is Alex at Arrowview Middle School? He's in season with the Raiders right now, but it's like a rare off day during training camp? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, we had our scrimmage last night. I was able to make the trip up. Luckily, we're down in Costa Mesa for training camp right now. So on an off day today, I was able to come up, do this, and then I'll go back down, get my treatment in, get my recovery in, and back at it.
All right, I got to ask you, that first preseason game, I don't know if you're getting any snaps in it, but it's back in Minnesota, ironically. So are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's all love. You know, they've done nothing but show me a lot of love over the past 5 years. So it's all love, but at the same time, it is, you know, one of those, I'm on the dark side now, and I got a little vengeance. So hopefully I get to rip off something, and, you know, I'm not sure how, you know, things will shake out when it comes down to like getting playing time and the roles as far as that goes when we get down there. But I'm excited for whatever it is, and I'm excited to, you know, go back to some old stomping grounds again and pay a visit.
All right, finally, Alex, the Raiders are probably the most popular team in San Bernardino, maybe the entire Inland Empire. So there's going to be a ton of Raider fans watching this. What's your message to Raider Nation out there to keep them optimistic as we go into this season?
Man, show up and show out like you guys always do. Raider Nation is known for being the most diehard, the most amazing fan base there is, and I'm getting a little bit of that already. Just seeing it, being back home on the West Coast, seeing, you know, in the Dino, in the IE, getting to see the love for the Raiders. I know that it's worldwide, and I just can't wait for us to get out there and play on Sundays and, you know, just give the fans what they want and go accomplish the goals that we set out to accomplish.
All right, the silver and black Raiders running back Alexander Mattison, also back here in San Bernardino for the big backpack and haircut here at Arrowview Middle School. Inland Sports. The one and only Alexander Mattison, and can't wait to see the Raiders play the Vikings this weekend, as Alex alluded to. Or maybe he knows, just didn't want to make it public, but not sure if he's going to get any playing time, any snaps against the Vikings, as we live in an era of the NFL now where a lot of the starters are not seeing very much playing time, right, to stay healthy for the start of the season. But nothing but good luck and the best for our guy Alexander Mattison. All right, one quick programming note. Next week, we'll talk more high school football, of course, but we do have 2 0-0 games next week. Redlands High School and Beaumont will be on the road in Hawaii next Thursday night. That's a week from tomorrow. So we'll talk more about those matchups. But my guy Mitch at KMET 1490 AM wants to remind everyone that the Beaumont football game will be live on KMET on the old radio dial and also online. So that's an ABC radio affiliate. You can hear Beaumont all season long, including the trip to Hawaii. I'm sure Mitch is not complaining about that road game going out to Paradise to check out the Beaumont Cougars opening up in 0-0. So that'd be a lot of fun. All right, big thanks to our guests, Valley View head coach Eric Martinez, Ryder Smith from Great Oak, and of course Alexander Mattison of the Las Vegas Raiders. If you're a local business or organization and you'd like to help us promote the positive sports stories here in the Inland Empire, hit us up. We'd love to hear from you. inlandsportshow@gmail.com, or you can just send us a message on social media. We'll find it. My name is Pep Fernandez. God bless you guys. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show. Good night.